Today on Suncoast View, Florida is back open for business, and Visit Florida is making sure the world knows with a new campaign. We'll discuss.
And we're taking some time to treat ourselves today. We'll learn the secrets about fillers and great shampoo.
Plus, it's never too late to learn a new skill, and adult continuing education classes are the perfect way. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Mickey Williams. Great to have you with us again today.
Yes. I like those earrings.
Thanks. I'm doing the tassel trend. It's funny, it gets stuck in your hair, but they're really lightweight.
Yeah, and you see them everywhere. I've never been quite sure how to handle it, but it looks great on you.
It's great. Amazon, get them on Amazon. They're like $8.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're in the malls. They're everywhere. Well, we are glad to
Nobody will ever rob Mickey of her jewelry.
Yeah, those aren't the fine jewel type. So we're going to have a treat yourself day today, and it seems appropriate with Mickey here. Yep, we're going to do skin tips, we're going to do hair tips, and we're going to do comfort food in the kitchen. So just kind of an all-over, make yourself feel good, feel better. Yeah, just kind of getting into the groove. And it is the first day of fall officially. Right now at 4 o'clock, we are welcoming fall. So the temperature doesn't seem to understand that, but the calendar does. So we're gonna embrace
We're glad
fall.
to see it.
Yes, we'll be glad each and every day. So Mickey, I know you treated yourself to something recently. You did kind of a little nip and tuck here without any cutting.
No, I did Silhouette Insta-Lift. It was absolutely crazy. We talked about it. We talked about it yesterday for the Emmys, but we also talked about it the last time I was here.
Oh, look at this.
I'm basically laying there, you know.
Are you awake?
I'm awake. That's Dr. Julius Few. He's actually the most amazing hands at this. There's actually, and it's incredible because what they do is they put these like little bands in your skin and they just lift. And so I have one band right here, and you'll see in this video, it's actually unbelievable. He takes when they go back and they show, one side of my face is a little bit more lifted than the other.
Oh, so you can actually see the difference.
It's immediate, and those bands, look, he's gonna show you right now. He's positioning them in my skin right now. It's unbelievable. I did this when I was in New York. No, I know that sounds
now
weird.
He's like pulling it.
No, he's actually snipping a little bit right there, but it's great. He's pulling it, and you can see when it's done, it just goes boom right into it to face. So basically, he's taking that section of your mid-face where I had a little bit of a jowl here, and he's pulling it up and creating a lift with it, and then I have a jawline now because of it.
How long does it last?
It's amazing. It lasts basically, it's a biodegradable material, so it dissolves, and then basically what that does is it promotes collagen in your skin for later on. And one of the best doctors is here in Bradenton, Dr. Susan Winkle. So it's kind of incredible, and it's basically an alternative if you didn't want to go under a face.
Sure, and avoiding surgery at all costs is always a bonus.
And it works.
Yeah, all right.
I was pretty blown
That's one of our new favorite beauty tips, that is for sure. So we will keep an eye on that. We also want to go to the kitchen today because this is one of my favorite times of year. Fall means Oktoberfest, and where better to celebrate than with Geyers, and we welcome back Chef Nikita. What are we making today?
So today there's a lot of the traditional Oktoberfest, you think brats and knocks and that kind of thing. And then there's a Schweinehaxen, which is a pork hock. So what I did is I took a pork belly and stuffed it with a bratwurst, sauteed mushroom and onions, paired it with some kraut and dumplings. So, yes, definitely comfort food.
I love it. Absolutely. Sausage, bratwurst, beer. We are all ready to celebrate with Geyers, so we will head to join Chef Nikita in just a little bit. It is a great weekend across the Suncoast. Of course, we're very excited about the World Rowing Championships being here. Just a reminder to everybody, the opening ceremonies are free, and this is supposed to be quite an event. More than 900 athletes will be participating in opening ceremonies. There's fireworks, there's bands, there's theater performances, the circus is out there. Really the best of the best on the Suncoast, all being celebrated at Nathan Benderson Park. I love the fact that it's free. I love the fact that even if you're not into rowing, if you're working next week and can't get to the races, you can go out Saturday at 7 o'clock and just kind of get in the spirit. This is something that was really important to get to our area. So it's the fact that it's here now and everyone can go for free, I love.
They say Saturday night is sort of going to be like the opening ceremonies at the Olympics. You know, there's the West Coast Black Theater, Circus Sarasota. Any kind of entertainment, job movement is going to be there. I mean, it is going to be a big party.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Parking is $5 for the opening ceremonies, not a real big deal. And also you can then get shuttles from the lots are out in front of the University Town Center Mall and then take you to Nathan Benderson Park. So very doable and a good fun activity. And it's a good free weekend because in honor of National Museum Day, our area museums, some of them are free of charge on Saturday as well. The Ringling, Historic Spanish Point, South Florida, and Bishop Planetarium, all no charge to go to on Saturday.
Yes, and you do have to have tickets. You can get them free, but you have to go online to the Smithsonian Magazine website, or you can go to our website.
Right.
Look on Suncoast Scene, and I have that information right there for you. You just go to the website, you can print out 2 tickets and take them with you when you go.
Okay, perfect. So no charge, but you do need a ticket before you head out the door. So make the plans for the weekend. It is time for our first hot topic, and the Sunshine State is back open for business, and Visit Florida wants the world to know. Visit Florida is the marketing agency for our state, and they are launching an aggressive month-long campaign both domestically and overseas. The ads showcase sunshine, blue skies, good times, and area beaches that are cleaned up and ready for tourists. The Keys will be the major focus of this tourism drive once officials say they are ready to reopen. Do you think all the national news images about, you know, the end is coming for Sarasota, for Tampa, the destruction, the power outage, do you think that all hurts people's desire to come down here as the year goes on?
Yes, I do.
Of course it does, yeah.
Yes. I've talked to a lot of friends who say, oh, I wouldn't come to Florida for anything.
Really?
Why? We just had a few leaves in our streets.
That's amazing to me that people don't understand that hurricanes come and hurricanes go, and you put things back together and life goes on.
And they hit North Carolina, South Carolina, and
Right.
the one person telling me this was in Virginia at the time, and Charlie was, or whoever, Irma was heading right toward them, and I thought, you chose Virginia, now Irma is choosing you. So we're not the only ones that get hit, but people believe we are.
Yeah, I think the fact that it's always constantly on the media, and when you see the images, they're not showing you the things that aren't messed up. They're showing you some of the worst devastation. So when people see those images over and over and over, you know, then they start thinking that's what it's all like.
Right. Well, and I know Linda remembers this from living in northern markets, and I'm sure many of you do too. It's like I would live in Cleveland, and we would have a massive blizzard. Now, this blizzard did not cover 6 states. It might have just been lake effect snow in Cleveland. But life shut down for, gosh, sometimes days, if not weeks, because of all the snow. My mom at the time was living in Texas, never heard about it, right? But when we have a storm, everybody hears about it because they're just so large in size.
Yes.
But they cause less problems than a lot of other storms.
The weather's going to get you wherever you live.
Yeah, and I think I honestly had a different reaction because I was watching the news from New York and I thought, oh my goodness, like Anderson Cooper standing right where I used to go run. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And things
it
like
was a little
that.
airy.
And then we were watching it and I thought, oh my goodness, and when I heard the mayor of Naples speak and he was like, we know we're lucky, we're a more affluent community, you know, we've prepared, we're ready, 85% of our community is evacuated. If anyone can rebuild, we can, so we'll take the brunt of the storm. I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to get to Naples. I have to go paddleboarding in Naples. I have to go see Naples. I have to go support Naples. And I felt that way about it, which was different.
Okay.
So I feel like you're probably going to lose a lot of your hurricane kind of, you know, visitors during that period of time because this is very overwhelming for a lot of people, but it's also, you know, I don't think you're going to lose a lot. So you do need to market, and I think that's funny, but at the same time.
I hope that you're correct, but I think a lot of people, when they hear storms, they just are afraid because we look at it a little differently. Because we're from here, we're used to them, we look at it like, okay, we rebuild. Someone from another area hasn't experienced it, and all they see is the negative impacts. If you're not from Florida, haven't been to Florida in a while, you don't expect that. You think the whole place is deaf, you know.
Well, the campaign is good. I mean, for them to say,
Yes.
we are just fine, we are ready for you to be here, I think it's definitely good timing and a good idea.
And show what it looks like today, not what it looked like when those trees were
Exactly.
coming down. Those trees are gone mostly.
Exactly. So drugstore chain CVS says it is going to limit opioid prescriptions in an effort to help combat the nationwide epidemic. CVS says it will limit the initial prescriptions to 7-day supplies for new patients facing acute ailments. That means even if your doctor prescribes more, the pharmacy will not fill the prescription. They will instead call the physician and ask to have that prescription re-evaluated. So CVS is trying to cut down on the extra opioids that end up on the street. They will also offer a drug disposal service. Do you think this limit can help?
No, I don't think so. I think this is going to cause the problem to get worse. When people started cracking down on those pill mills, or when law enforcement started cracking down on those pill mills, people chose other options to get that same fix. Hence why you have things like the heroin epidemic that has increased. Hence why people are doing things like fentanyl and carfentanil, because you still have that urge, whatever it is. Once you're addicted to something, you're addicted.
So you think the bad drugs will become more pervasive if they
That's
can't
what
get
happened when you
prescriptions?
started, they
True.
stopped, you know, that's what caused those other drugs to get so popular. When you started cracking down on pill mills and people getting their opiate prescriptions, that's when people chose other options.
But what if you have extra pills? Because I know I do.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm not going to sell them to the kid on the street, but that other people do. If we can just get less of them out there.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. I think the doctor should be the first person that decides what you need, not somebody that doesn't even know you, and I do trust my doctor. But then having to go back to the pharmacy a second time would not be a bad thing. They're not saying you can't have it if you need it. They're just saying the extra, and I'm like you, I always have some left
Well, sure,
over.
they prescribe 7 days, you only take 2, you've got 5 extra days of whatever
Yeah.
painkiller it is
But
around.
Think about
But you
CVS.
got- yeah.
Think about what they've done so far. Okay, CVS is the first company to actually take cigarettes out of their stores. Okay, so they're, I think this is more of a conscious effort for CVS. CVS is basically a very intimate company, all right? And they have decided, okay, we're going to lose revenue, but we're going to take cigarettes because we feel they just shouldn't be out there. We don't want to. We don't want to sell our customer cigarettes, so they're not on the shelves in any CVS.
Right.
They were the first company to do that, and now I feel like they're making another stand, and maybe it's just a conscious stand, but they're saying, we're going to limit the opiates that we put out there.
But
So-
I think it's just going to have an adverse effect.
Yeah, well, the problem is there. I don't know how the supply chain is going to work, but any little bit would certainly help.
Yeah.
So there's an age-old fight to get our teenagers under control and away from sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It seems to be going fairly well for this generation. A 40-year-long study from the journal Child Development has found that today's teens are having less sex, drinking less alcohol, but also working less for pay and even driving less. The root cause, you guessed it, their smartphones. They stay at home and they interact with their friends through social media. But the good behavior is coming at a cost. It is also slowing down growing up. Some have said that 25 is the new 18 and everyone is immature.
Okay.
That's
I have a
kind of
question.
sad.
I've noticed, like, and I hate to say this, I'm like a bad sister, but my little brother is, I think, 18, and I remember, like, trying to get him to do some of the things I did at 18, and he was like, yeah, I'm not interested. Like, he never...
What did you do at 18?
Well, like little things, you know, you can taste alcohol, even though you're underage, he'll taste it. I couldn't even get him to taste it. I was like, just have some. He's like, no, I don't want
The job
anything.
is my biggest battle.
Yeah.
Kids aren't working as much,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
don't necessarily think it's a desire not to work. It's the do you not understand you need money?
I
Like,
think these are
what are you
like-
going to
yeah.
do when I'm not paying for everything?
Well, obviously,
That's the problem. You're going to pay for everything.
Not forever.
obviously, these experiences, whether they're good or bad, are life experiences, correct?
Yeah.
They're going
Right.
to actually make you mature, whether it's through alcohol, sadly, or sex, right? But what is the thing that they were saying about kids now? That kids actually, you know, your parents always want you to do better than they do, right?
Yes.
So right now, what they're trying to do is get kids to kind of get rallied up to go out there and look for it. And they're having a really big problem with this. I was listening to this on the news yesterday. It's because kids basically are super comfortable and they don't have these life experiences that could be traumatic or not, but do actually make you go to the next level and say, I want something better for myself.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot going on here, just besides the smartphone, obviously.
It's a
So-
lot of things. What is that? There was that movie called Failure to Launch, and I always love that phrase. Like, it
Yeah.
seems like there's a generational failure to launch. How do we get them to move on?
It's the
Go.
parents' fault. We have to
I
push
agree.
them.
Yeah.
You can't,
Yes.
you know, you can't cuddle them and expect
Yeah.
them to launch.
Right, making
because
life too easy.
I came back home after college. My dad charged me rent.
Yeah.
I paid $400
I'm
a month
remembering
in
this
rent.
story, Linda. I like this idea. So speaking of money, we know weddings are expensive, typically tens of thousands of dollars. So is it bad to charge your guests to attend? Well, before you think it's crazy, listen to this. An Australian groom actually came up with a business model. He asked his guests to contribute $250 per guest to the event. So that would include a 3-night stay at the venue plus food and drink. It's basically an all-inclusive wedding weekend. The groom figured the guests would normally spend that anyway. And this way, he was able to book group and discount rates for rooms, for food, and for drinks.
I don't want to pay to go to his wedding.
Was that the cost also to eat at the wedding?
It's everything.
Everything?
Everything.
I don't think that's
Would
that
you
bad.
not spend $250 in hotel rooms and probably
Yeah, I
food
don't-
and
Oh, yeah,
alcohol
yeah.
anyway?
I
So
don't think
his
that's that
thing
bad.
was pay it to me because I can make this all into a business plan.
That's not bad. If I've got to pay to go to his wedding, I won't be there.
No,
correct.
I don't even like, I mean, no offense, I love all my friends who've gotten married. I loved your wedding, but I don't, I mean.
But I don't want to go.
Honestly, you charge.
Honestly, though, I mean, a wedding, I've gone to so many, through my job alone, that I'm like, oh my gosh, if I have to travel somewhere to go to a wedding, chances are I'm looking for an excuse to get out of it anyways. And if you're going to charge me, then it really does kind of keep your intimate friends that really want to be there. I mean, I know there are some wedding junkies out there that really want to go to everything.
You think it keeps the good people there?
I think so, but I mean, if it was my best friend, I would do it, but I don't think I would do it for, you know, somebody else.
acquaintance.
Yeah.
You're getting more than just the wedding. If you're also going to get room and drinks, okay, I'm all in. But if it's just to come to the wedding, no, I think that's very tacky.
Right. I thought so too.
But you know
till
how
I
you go to the
understood
wedding and you're like, okay, I'll go to the rehearsal dinner and then I'll go to the day of the wedding and then I'm going to spend a day by myself or I'm going to do this or
Well,
I'm
to
gonna
make it
kinda like-
vacation-y.
Yeah. So,
Right.
but instead, the inclusiveness is you go everywhere with these people.
That's
the
a good
entire
point. That is a
time,
good
you know,
point.
And you're like, oh, okay. Like I always try to stay in a hotel that's not with a wedding party. You know what I mean?
Right, to make it
So-
more of a getaway. Well, you know what? You got to save money where you can. We're going to check out our happy hour forecast, and when we come back, Mickey has some beauty secrets for face and hand fillers.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather forecast. Those showers and storms starting to gather about to our south and east right now and moving in our direction. A lot of moisture coming in from the Atlantic, crossing over all the way to the west coast. Showers now already down south into South Sarasota County near Northport. Not much into Manatee and Sarasota counties, but the showers that you see in the inland counties are pushing in our general direction. When they meet up with that sea breeze, we'll see some more storms firing up like we're seeing down south into Charlotte County, heading toward Charlotte Harbor. Currently, we have partly cloudy skies, 87 on the temperature, the dew point 73, winds are out of the north at 9, the pressure 2986. That is falling ever so slightly. And as far as Maria is concerned, it continues to stay well east of our area. It's now moving off into the Atlantic right now. Could pose a threat to the northeast in the long range. Right now, winds at 125, gusts at 155. We are expecting it to lose some strength as it moves off to the north. Well, more on the track of Maria coming up at 5. See you then.
We're all about stopping Mother Nature in her tracks when it comes to aging, and fillers are a great way to eliminate lines and creases. Our beauty expert, Mickey Williams, is here to explain the difference between them. Okay, I talk about these things and think about them an awful lot, Mickey, but I don't know the difference in fillers.
Well, first of all, have you had filler?
Oh, are you kidding me? Only here.
Aw, have you guys had any fillers or?
No, but I've thought about it.
Okay, good. All right, so here's what we want to just point out right in the beginning, okay? There's two different types of injectables that people get confused a lot, right? One's a toxin, which like an Xeomin or something like that actually kind of freezes the area to where you don't create the wrinkle, right? Okay. Now that's a toxin, and then there's fillers, which actually create volume in those kind of moderate to severe wrinkles along your face. Or basically like, you know, the nasolabial folds or those little kind of lines around your lips that we talk about, forehead lines. When you're looking for volume, you look for the filler. When you're looking to kind of, you know, freeze that area of your face to where you don't create or prevent more lines, you're looking for the toxin like the Xeomin. So we're going to talk about two fillers today and how they're different, all right?
Okay.
So first off is Bellaterra, okay? It's called Bellaterra Balance, and what that is a hyaluronic filler. And what you're going to see is what it does is it actually, you see how subtle this is. Now this is actually a thinner filler, or the needle is very, very fine. This is fine tuning. So this works great on those little lines around your lips. It also works great in the nasal labial folds. Now a lot of people
The
do that.
marionette folds, yes, I had that done.
On label, you can use it in the nasal labial, but we're seeing a lot of people really do the fine tuning with it, that little mid to severe line. And what's great about that is it doesn't have to inflame the area. It just basically fills in those tiny little lines. So that's why you see a lot of people doing those subtle kind of looks with it, all right? Okay. Now we're going to talk about Radiesse, which is a calcium-based filler. It's a product of calcium. And how this works is basically, it goes in there and it takes and it creates this really kind of gorgeous kind of fill there, right? Now this is really amazing, and this product is basically, you know, the most well-studied filler in the United States, okay? It turned 10 years old in 2016, and what they found is that people really love this because of its base. It's lasting up to 2 years. Okay, so look, they are the first basically and only to connect to basically correct lost volume in hands. Now I want you to look at these pictures, and a lot of people come to me and they say, okay, I can do everything to my face. Look at these differences. So everyone says it's your hands that really give away your age, right? So look at the difference between these two, and it's unbelievable. So what they were saying is, hey, we're going to take this, you know, we're basically going to take this just away from the face, because a lot of people complain. They say, okay, here's my problem. This kind of sagging right here, right, is what I have. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, take care of that area. But I feel old. Like, what is it that makes me look old? Is it my neck? Is it my skin? Or is it my hands? And a lot of people said, go to your hands. Now, we saw on the red carpet, we saw studies about Madonna a while back, how all these people were getting fillers in their hands. And when you have results like that, it's incredible. And with Radiesse, you're having results that last up to 2 years.
I have a quick question. How do you know which of the two products, of the fillers, is better for you in certain places?
You need to talk to your doctor, because this obviously happened in, you know, this happens in office with your doctor. You can go to their websites and you can find doctors that are, you know, use these products. Personally, I like the Bellaterra Balance for my face, because I don't like that kind of puffiness that a lot of people do. Now, of course, obviously, a lot of people can over-inject themselves and do all of those things, but I love the fine-tuning of the Bellaterra Balance, and I recommend that to a lot of my clients, because I'll see them come back and their lips will be a little bit overinflated, and I'll say, next time, can you go for a more natural look with that fine-tuning with that? But when it comes to hands and kind of, you know, a longer-term effect, Radiesse is absolutely the best. So.
Oh, this sounds really good. Thank you so much. I love to beat Mother Nature. And you can find more information if you go to her website, Share the Glam. She's got lots of good stuff to tell you about. And next, we're going to meet this weekend's comic that's at McCurdy's.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with your pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
Since 1928, Kerastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Kerastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Just go do it. Go do it. If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.
We're always up for a good laugh, especially on a Friday. So we're glad to welcome McCurdy's comedy headliner, Josh Sneed. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you. It's good to be back, and congratulations to your ears on their graduation. So happy for them.
It's my jawline's baby day. It
I
is.
need that same thing. I need that same thing.
You'll
You
see a lot
too
of
can
that in
have it.
Sarasota. Are you happy to be here?
I am ecstatic to be here. This, you know, I go on the road and it's for work, but this is a place that actually feels like a vacation for me because, you know, I'm a married guy from the Midwest, so my family vacations aren't nearly as nice as Sarasota.
Where do you go?
We went to Amish country.
Oh.
Have you been? Have you been to Amish country?
Good Pennsylvania?
It sucks. I am not a fan at all. If they're watching, which I don't think they're allowed to, but just in case they are, I apologize. But I was not a fan. Mostly of the people. I didn't care for the people. I found them to be very hypocritical. You know, they're all, we don't believe in electricity, but we'll use it if we need to run your Visa card. And I don't, you know, it's like go big or go home. That's how I feel. But I think we just got started on the wrong foot, to be honest, because my wife was dying to go. And I told her, I said, I'll go only if I'm allowed to take pictures that I can put on Facebook and sort of document the whole trip. And the first time I took a picture, I got yelled at by this Amish man, you know, and he's like, sir, we'd appreciate if you're going to take pictures that you didn't take them of us. And I didn't understand that, and I asked him why, and he said, we don't like to do things that make us feel proud, and pictures make us feel proud. And I was like, well, you're charging $3 grand for a kitchen table without any chairs to go with it. I'm pretty sure you're proud of that table. So I told him, I said, I don't care how good your pretzels are, I'm never coming back here again. And I left them a scathing Yelp review.
That they probably won't see either.
Yeah. Never heard back from a manager. Yeah, so.
Did you leave a tip?
No. My tip is don't go to Amish country.
Where in the Midwest are you from?
Cincinnati.
Okay.
Cincinnati, Ohio. So, yeah, I mean, that's just my life now. You know, I mean, comedy.
You're a family man.
Yeah, I'm a family guy. We went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I don't know if you guys have
I've been there many times.
Yeah, which if you haven't been, Gatlinburg is actually an American Indian word that means land of the couples that wear matching airbrush T-shirts. Yeah, I don't know if that's accurate, but it's accurate.
Did you have a matching T-shirt with your wife?
No, but if I get one, I know which one I'm gonna get. It's the one that'll help me blend in the easiest up there. It's the one they all wear. It's a silhouette, usually of a much skinnier couple than the people wearing the T-shirts. And that silhouette, they have their feet in the sand, and they're under a palm tree, and there's a rainbow sunset on the ocean in the background, and then they write Gatlinburg across the top so that you know which of the islands in the Smoky Mountains that they visited. They're not
Which
smart
ocean are they
people.
on?
But that's pretty much what my life is boiled down to these days.
Well,
And
if you get a T-shirt with a palm tree here, it's the real thing.
it's authentic, exactly.
You can take pictures of people here too.
Yeah, we don't mind.
We like
really?
pictures.
They really like it.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
people watching is my ultimate favorite thing to
I
do.
bet you
Yeah.
see some weirdos around here, don't you?
I love her.
I know.
I just
I
want
know.
to take her home. I'll give you one quick tip to people watch. Make sure that the flash and the sound on your phone are off.
Good idea.
Oh, yes, when you're sneaking the picture.
Yeah,
good
Josh.
point.
Josh Sneed is going to be at McCurdy's Theater through September 24th. And of course, for tickets, you go to McCurdy's website. Next, we're going to try something we have never done before.
It
Not
could be
many things
anything.
left for me.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
Or shop at Goodwill.
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Attention blood thinner users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The widely prescribed blood thinners Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to a number of dangerous side effects, including internal bleeding, gastrointestinal bleeding, kidney bleeding, stroke, brain hemorrhaging, and even death. If you or a loved one suffered any of these injuries after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call right now. You may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
It's a lot of fun. You got to come out.
We come down from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Nikita from Geyers, and it is the first day of fall, and for many of us, that means it's also Oktoberfest season. Tell us what's happening at Geyers.
Yes, so this year we're excited. We're doing our second annual Off Grounds. Last year went great, so this year we bumped it up to 3 days. So it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have a car show, we have some authentic German dancers, 3 different bands, and we actually teamed up with the Naughty Monk to do our own microbrew. So they're making 3 of them actually for us, and the one is a Dunkel, which is a dark style, and they're putting our bratwurst spices in it. So it's kind of to pair it and see.
That sounds great. And remind us of the dates.
It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, September 29th, 30th, and October 1st.
Okay, we will mark that on the calendars, and we'll join you to learn about the pork belly coming up. Bye-bye.
Well, learning a new skill is a great way to exercise your mind. And today we're going to try something a little out of the box, literally. Kevin Costello from Adult Community Enrichment is here to show us how we can make contemporary cardboard sculptures. All right, so this is kind of unique. Tell us how this whole idea came about.
It came about because what I discovered is that people have a sort of an anxiety about making sculpture because they think of it as being very heavy or very cumbersome and difficult to put together. But at the beginning of the 20th century, actually, there was a new idea in sculpture which essentially is called mixed media. And mixed media essentially means find whatever you want and then reconfigure it. Use your imagination and take it from being what it was to what it can be to what it is.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Well,
and
cardboard's
so
easy to find, right?
Right, exactly.
Right, so
that's partly it. You see, you don't have to go to a great deal of trouble to find the materials to work with.
speaking of trying to find the materials, tell us over there what Mickey has. I see a box, sticks. What is that?
Well, what that is my way of demonstrating to students how you can combine geometrical abstraction with what is usually referred to as biomorphic or organic abstraction.
Okay.
In other words, to try and find a way where both can be combined. But the thing is, it allows the student to figure out the design themselves from random materials. So what you're doing is just you're using something which is essentially random, and then you're making something very specific from it.
Oh, wow. And
It's
look,
very elegant
standing.
looking, to be honest. Surprisingly so.
Yeah.
And I love that these are all just things that you can find.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
I like the concept. All right, what about Linda? What's in front of her?
Linda's been eating tuna. Apparently.
All right, what I want to do here is to do a little demonstration of how they initially get together making the object.
Okay.
All right, so I bring into the studio any one of these numbers of containers.
Okay.
And then I ask the student to use paper clips.
Now let's see. So you like what you did was you put the paper clips inside to put it
Exactly.
together?
I've reconfigured the thing by putting the paper clips in so that, you see, once the paper clips are removed, then you can go ahead and change the shape.
Okay.
Now, when you've changed the shape and you're happy with the way the shape is, then you can glue it.
Okay.
So
I like the
not only to sort of thinking about it being horizontal, you could have it this way. You could have it anywhere you want.
In fact, there's an example on the bottom
like that
over
one,
there.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So anyway, see what you can do.
All right,
Okay,
Linda.
let's see.
I'm
So
gonna
it's
copy
just the
that.
concept of just because it looks like this right now doesn't mean it can't look different
Precisely.
redone. Okay.
The
It's
idea is to
creating art
try.
out of anything.
The idea is to try and stimulate visual imagination.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is very much a mental exercise more than anything.
Yeah, in a sense it is. That's true.
I like that.
And
No
so what
wonder
is
I'm in
this?
trouble already.
And what is this?
All right. One of the things that I do, I mean, I do a lot of different projects in this cardboard sculpture. I mean, we make masks, gardens, any sorts of different things. But one of the ones that people really like is making a fan.
Okay.
All right? So just for simplification's sake, I put a little design there.
I like this.
Okay? I made it black and white so it's easily seen. Now, what I want you to do is don't copy what I'm doing,
Okay.
but go to the other side of it and do a design in white and pink and orange, okay? And then I've done this forward. Then what would happen in the class, I just made 4 slices here, 4 points.
So you
but usually it's
cut
8.
this.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's easy to cut, it's cardboard.
Right.
Now, the beauty of cardboard is this, is that once you spray it with acrylic paint, it gets very sturdy. Much more than you realize. And at the end, we'll be looking at a small green sculpture. Actually, you can pick it up and you'll know what I'm saying. It's very, very sturdy.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is do a design on this, conceptualize it, that eventually that would be the design on a fan.
Okay.
Because of the piece. And she's very artistic, so you picked a good one to have be painting.
Now, let me...
All right, and
Yeah, let Bobeth work for a minute.
Yeah.
So all of this fits in the box, though. All the
Everything goes in a box.
So everything I need for this project. In one
Absolutely.
little-
The only thing that's not in the box, obviously, is the cardboard.
Okay. All right, let's do that.
And you can get spray adhesive. When I do these things, I prefer to use spray adhesive because you can get into complicated angles. If you're just using a tube adhesive, it's not that easy to do. If you're spraying, it doesn't matter because it just wanders into the object.
Okay, and the yellow one on the bottom, what is that?
The yellow one on the
The
bottom.
yellow green.
That's,
what you're
that's-
seeing right now.
Okay, that is one of my screens. It's, in other words, I go to a cardboard box of any kind and make adjustments and changes and so on and so forth. And then I make a screen. This is one of many.
Okay.
And this is a smaller version, I think, that I have here so that we could use it as a wall hanging.
Yes, that's
Okay.
exactly what it is.
And you mentioned, tell me again which box this came from. Like
From a clock.
This was just a random box you had, you deconstructed it,
That's exactly the right word. Yes, I
used
deconstructed.
the base,
Right.
and then are those acrylic pens or chalk pens?
No, they are
I know.
right here.
Right here, can I dig
Yeah.
in? I don't want to
Oil
change your
pastels.
art. Oil pastel pens,
Right.
okay.
Right.
I
Wow.
love how you're using just regular items that you can find around the home and then turn them into sculptures.
Absolutely.
And what is this?
We're looking at a picture of things I think people have created in your class?
Yes.
How
those are some-
fun.
Those are some of the things they've created. As you can see, this particular day was the mask.
Oh.
And this one was to make something that referenced what is known as the I Ching, which is basically Chinese philosophy, but we won't get into that right now.
You know what I think is so funny about this? We used to joke that you could give kids a cardboard box and they'd be happy for an hour. Linda has been happy with her box for like 10 minutes over there.
I had to call on Mickey because she's an expert. And look what we made. Wow, what did we get an A on this?
You get an A+, plus,
I
actually.
just kept watching Linda take away the paper clips
And
and it
put
would
it
just be
back?
the box again.
All right, well, you guys can get more information about registering for new classes. They're going to be at ACE. You want to get information by going to their website and just register there.
Well, Beth did a nice job.
Thank you.
It is.
I
That's a
wasn't
nice
quite
job.
done yet.
Yeah, she came up with a tree that would then become a fan. Very
Well,
nice.
hey, you guys, if you want to go to learn how to do one of these projects, just go and register. ACE has you there. And next, when we come back, we're going to get tips about shampoo. We'll be right back.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device. Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business. From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The 2017 World Rowing Championships speeding into the spotlight and bringing thousands to our area. We'll take a look at how local businesses have been preparing. Plus, have tree damage caused by Hurricane Irma, what not to do when cleaning up the mess. Now let's get a check on the first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Thanks, Jacqueline. Right now, some showers and storms are back to the picture, fairly heavy along the east coast and to our south, all kind of converging in our direction now. You can see that heavy rainfall into eastern portions of Hardee and DeSoto counties down into Charlotte. Not much going on here right now, but we are starting to pick up a few isolated cells here and there. Look for more showers to be developing throughout the evening as they push off toward the west. We'll let you know about those storms and the ones for the weekend coming up today at 5. See you then.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights. Want the latest weather and traffic conditions wherever you go? Introducing ABC7's revolutionary new First Alert weather app. With our state-of-the-art new weather app, you get up-to-the-minute weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, real-time traffic maps, and weather video from ABC7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download onto all your devices today. Sponsored by Mr. Sparky.
It's Willamania at the Players Center as the Will Rogers Follies takes the stage September 27th. Part homespun humor and part Ziegfeld Follies, this toe-tapping Tony Award musical is the start of our wild Broadway series. So call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You need to catch Willamania.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
And welcome back. Washing our hair seems like it should be a simple task, but there are tricks to the trade to keeping our hair looking its best. And Cole Please, the owner of Cutting Loose Salon, is here to share some shampoo secrets. This seems like it should be simple, but before we get into shampoo tricks, I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
You were just on the front of a national publication.
Yes.
Tell us about this honor.
Well, it was great. As salon owners, they send in some of their marketing tools. And so we sent on our commercial from Channel 7. And they were so intrigued by it, they called and they talked to us about our relationship with Channel 7.
Yes, and you talked all about Suncoast View.
Yes, we did.
Look at that. We're in the magazine too.
So 3-page article about our relationship, about how we do the makeovers and the products. But
show them the next page.
How Vicki does.
Is that a picture of you?
It's a picture of us. Yay, we love
I'll be glad to sign autographs.
And I looked for this yesterday, and if you go to Salon Today's website, you can read the entire article and all about cutting loose and the agreement.
It was amazing.
It's a really neat thing.
Their Facebook, I got on their Facebook, and it's me.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's a lot of fun. Well, it is a great article, and we really appreciate, how you recognize.
Let's see if we can get that page
benefits.
again. I want to show the viewers. Showcase us. Look at us.
See, there you go. And Joey was in that one too.
Yeah.
You know what else
Can
I
we
think
see
is
it?
great too? That we talk so much about makeovers, and you market those on your Facebook. Yep. The person involved gets the beauty treatment of the day. I mean, it's such a great thing. So don't forget to be interested in the makeovers.
Oh, yes. All right. Well, speaking of the beauty treatment of the day, shampoos. Again, it could be seems like it should be simple.
I know,
but
and
we
has
always
changed.
screw that up. How? I don't know how.
It really matters what you use.
Well, I think the big thing is the
trends are now, they're not shampooing as often as they were. So we're going 2, 3, 4 days without shampooing. So basically by Friday, we're 90% dry shampoo.
Right.
Because they're not. So, but now they have a new addition and they're pre-shampoos. So since we're not shampooing so often, the first one that we have is the invisible oil. And this is for that dry, really thirsty hair that needs the moisture.
Okay.
And you apply it to dry hair, leave it on for 20 minutes, then shampoo it out. So it's really a pre-shampoo.
Okay, so before I get in the shower,
before you get in the
I
shower,
use pre-shampoo.
Yes.
Got it.
So but this is definitely for, of course, it definitely puts a lot more moisture into the hair.
So if you have dry hair.
Dry, thick, coarse, thirsty hair.
Okay, and how often would you pre-shampoo?
Like once a week.
Okay.
Once a week, but of course it depends on how often you're shampooing.
Okay, because what the shampoo, like if you're, doesn't the shampoo help to dry out the hair though?
Well, it cleanses, but it was never intended to be done every day. You know, it's to cleanse your scalp, but your hair doesn't need shampoo every day.
Okay. Right.
Oh, that's
So the
interesting.
next one's a new a new item they just came out with, and it's called While You Sleep. Beautiful packaging. You again put it on dry hair at night, and it totally absorbs in your hair, so it doesn't get on your pillowcases or anything. You leave it in overnight. Now this is to repair and nourish the hair. So this is for our chemically dependent girls.
Okay.
That would be me.
Our blondes. It smells amazing and it feels great. And the next morning, we're seeing like 70%, you know, difference in the hair.
So keeping the hair healthy, putting the nutrients back in while you're sleeping.
While you're sleeping.
Oh, I like that.
All right, and our last product?
Okay, so dry shampoo. I could have brought 20 because there's just so many to choose from, right? But Preta powder from Bumble and Bumble, all these products are Bumble and Bumble. Was great when it came out a couple years ago. You literally would sprinkle the powder into the scalp and emulsify. Gives great body and texture. Well, they just recently launched 2 new aerosols, so the application's a little easier, especially for guests to understand, the consumer. So they have 2 types. One is for normal to dry hair, again, cleanses the scalp, but gives you body. We've spoke about this before, like I know Stephanie and I both, like I use that today on freshly cleaned hair just so I can have
so you
some
can
hair.
get some body. Yeah, I agree.
And but now they have a nourishing one. So again, for that dry, thirsty hair, it cleanses the scalp while it nourishes the ends. So it'd be great for, you know, longer hair like Mickey's and things like that. So these are all new additions from Bumble and Bumble. Again, you think they have so many products and they still come out with things that we need.
Look at that.
But you don't have
Great
to do
idea.
traditional shampoo all the time. There are other options.
A lot of varieties for you. And you guys can get more information by going to Cutting Loose. And of course, Cole, thank you so much for being one of our
thank you. You
partners for our
guys were a
station.
big part of
Oh, well,
that.
thank you. And thank you for doing our hair every day.
Yes.
All
They
right.
wrote about that too.
Go to Curl's website or visit them at one of their locations to get more information about their salon. And next, you guys had something to say about one of our hot topics, and we'll tell you all about it. We'll be right back.
Call to see if you qualify to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan right now. At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book and DVD. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. Call 1-800-558-8779.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Well, we talked earlier this week about paid parking in downtown Sarasota, and Kathy wrote an email in, and guess what, Linda? She agrees with you. I will not pay to park. Definitely no parking meters at our beaches, because Sarasota's talking about meters downtown, paid garages, and we mentioned that in other areas people pay to park at the beach. I mean, it's just a great way to make revenue, but Linda said no go for her, and Kathy agrees.
We tried this about 5 years ago. It did not work. People stopped going downtown.
I think you guys are a little late. 300 of them are coming.
450, I thought.
400, yeah.
450 spots with likely meters.
They put them in before they took them out.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just telling you, they
I think it's a good revenue driver. Yeah. Got to do it somehow. So the debate will continue. We love to hear from you. And now we're going to go see Nikita in the kitchen from Geyer's Sausage Kitchen.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour as people clean up storm debris across the Suncoast. What Northport officials say they hope to do better in the future when handling hurricanes. In first alert traffic right now, you can expect if you're heading south on I-75, you'll find some delays right near the University Parkway exit, also heading north in that area on the interstate. Let's get a check on our weather again with Bob.
Thanks, guys. Some showers and storms developing mainly inland right now, but still a few along the coastline. We're looking for more development through this evening as these push off toward the west and eventually run up against the sea breeze here. You can see some heavier showers down into Charlotte County along I-75. One lone storm there in northern portions of Manatee County. I think more activity, though, anticipated through this evening. We'll have an update on our weekend weather forecast as well as Maria coming up today at 5. Temperature right now, 87 degrees.
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Coming up Monday at 4 on Suncoast View, the Suncoast social season is just around the corner. Get your calendars ready. Sarasota Society photographer Cliff Rolls will preview the Don't Miss parties coming up in October, all for a good cause. Canine Corral warns about plants that could be poisonous for our pets. Plus, the Players Center brings the Will Rogers Follies, and Tsunami Sushi joins us in the kitchen.
And welcome back. Right now we are in the kitchen with Nikita from Geyer's Sausage Kitchen. And tell me about what we're making.
So what we're making today is an Oktoberfest pork belly roast.
Okay.
And so big pork is obviously very big in the German culture. And this one has a little bit of everything in it, and you put it on a bed of kraut, so it's kind of the best of all worlds. Yes. So what we're going to first start doing is we have sliced onions and mushrooms.
Okay.
So
just put them right in there?
Put
You already put butter inside
I put
the
a
pot.
tablespoon of butter in. So you want it, and you just want to get a nice, you can dump them right in.
All together?
You get a nice
mushrooms.
get a nice, just get them tenderized.
Okay.
And then I have ground caraway, a pinch of ground caraway, a little bit of salt.
Oop, I spilled some, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not you.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Those are chopped chives.
So we put a little bit too?
A little bit of chopped chive in there, some pepper, and then I always like to add just a little bit of whole caraway seeds, just because it really, just to give it the
Brings out the
texture.
flavor.
And then the last one is my opa. My grandfather makes a pork spice that we use on everything.
Opa.
So opa, yeah. So a little bit of that in there. And then while this is all going and sautéing, take the pork roast. Yes, Linda. So what we're gonna do is you have the fresh pork belly here. You want a 3 to 4 pound piece. You want to start tenderizing it, so you just use the jacquard and.
You'll like this, Linda.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Linda.
You're good at it.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, my gosh.
This
Linda,
helps
it's
bring all
dead.
the
You don't have
flavor
to
all the
kill
way
it.
through while you're.
Look at you.
Yeah, it kind of.
Do I turn it over?
Nope,
and do
you're
the other
good.
side?
We do turn it over.
all the way through,
and then we
Linda.
turn this
Nikita's
into-
like, it's dead. It's dead. Don't worry.
This is the skin here, and so what you want to do is you want to make it nice lines, and you want it.
So you're like
all the way.
scoring it?
You're scoring it through, so when you season it, the seasoning goes all the way through.
Oh.
And just like to make a nice cross pattern, and you kind of have to push hard because it is the skin. So once we're done with that, you want to flip her back over. Take a little bit of the pork spice and just rub it all in.
This one?
Yes, ma'am. Just rub it all in, and that just gives it some good flavor all the way through. And then the bratwurst that I put in here, I actually used our Nürnberger brat, which is a veal-based brat, a little bit of pork, coarser ground.
What's this one?
That's that one. So we're going to want to lay it. You want to lay it right down the center, and you want to smush it flat.
So it's pork stuffed with bratwurst.
Yes.
veal, too.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why, because for Oktoberfest you have to have a brat
Oh, you're
somewhere in
spreading
there. So you spread it out, just like this.
This is like creative cooking right here. You're like.
And now you want to take your sautéed veggies and you just lay them right on top.
It's amazing how quickly that cooks.
Oh, it takes, yeah, it doesn't take long.
And how great the spices smell.
Oh, now here comes the challenge, rolling it up.
So now when you roll, you want to roll with the skin side out, so this way it gets nice and crispy.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, yum.
You just roll it just like
You
this.
are good. I guess you've done this before.
Just once or twice. And I like it when the stuff, if your stuffing will fall out, but you put that right in the kraut and then it just bakes with it.
Ah, so you put it right in here, or you have to tie it?
You can tie it, but if it holds together like this, it's kind of ideal.
Oh, so you
and
don't
then
have to tie it.
And you just put it right in just like there.
Oh, wow.
And then it's ready to go.
And how long does that bake for?
It bakes, I'm going to bake it at 400 for about 30 minutes and then drop the temp to 350 and keep stirring the sauerkraut, make sure it doesn't burn, for about 2.5 hours. It takes quite a while to cook it all the way through.
That's all right. That's why we'll let Guyers do it for us. That's for sure. As Nikita's going back to the oven, I want to remind everybody about
out of her way.
Oktoberfest. This is an Oktoberfest stuffed pork belly that she is pulling out of the oven. And Oktoberfest is coming up September 29th, 30th, and October 1st. And you can go out to Westfield Sarasota Square. It is a free event. There's live music, and you can try all the different foods and German beers and all sorts of wonderful things.
This looks beautiful.
That coming out of the oven is absolutely
beautiful.
stunning.
Well, and it's nice because the rind nice and crispy, and then all your drippings go right into the kraut, which really gives it that authentic.
That explains why the sauerkraut I've been picking at is so good here. All right, well, a big treat from Nikita at Guyers. We're going to dig into that and give it a try. But remember, Oktoberfest, definitely something we can celebrate right here on the Suncoast. Mickey, great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
Safe travels for you. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast.
Look at that.
Props.